Hi there. Today we're talking about if your family member is injured in an accident, what kind of compensation can you claim because of their injuries? I'm Natalie Gerry, the principal lawyer with Gerry Law. I help injured people get the compensation that they deserve for their injuries. Let's get into this topic today. If a family member of yours is injured in an accident, you may be able to claim for compensation because of your losses. So first of all, this claim is available under the Family Law Act in Ontario, and Ontario law recognizes that you as a family member have suffered a loss and allows that family member to seek compensation if someone they love is hurt due to someone else's actions. First of all, who can make a claim? If someone in your family is injured or killed because of another person's fault, you might be able to seek damages as the family member under the Family Law Act if you are a spouse, a child, a grandchild, a parent or a grandparent, or a sibling of the deceased or injured person. Even a common law partner, so if you've been living with the person for more than 3 years, or if you have children with the person who is injured or is deceased, then you may be able to claim for compensation. In looking at what you need to prove, there are 3 things that you would need to prove in order to qualify for this kind of compensation. First of all, you have to prove that there was an injury or death, so the family member must be injured or must have died because of an incident. Second of all, there has to be negligence, so the injury must have been caused by someone else's fault or negligence, and the original person who is injured or who died has to win their underlying claim in order for you to be able to get this compensation. The third thing required is a close relationship, one of those categories that I just mentioned in terms of a family relationship, and then the closeness of that relationship goes to prove that there has been a loss. You may be wondering then, what types of damages can you claim for? So there are several different types listed in the Family Law Act. These are expenses, costs that you've paid for the injured person's benefit, funeral costs, reasonable expenses for the funeral, travel costs, so money spent traveling to visit the injured person while they're recovering. You can also get lost income if you provided care and had to miss time at work. You can claim for those lost wages. Also, the loss of care, guidance, and companionship is something that you can claim for. So this is compensation for the emotional support and relationship that you've lost from the injured or deceased person. These damages cover both tangible losses like money spent and also intangible like emotional and pain and suffering for the loss of the person. Why is this important? Overall, it is important because if a loved one is injured, it's not just about their suffering. Their injury or death will affect all of the people around them, their family members. That's why the Family Law Act recognizes this loss and allows you to seek compensation for these impacts, and it helps to ease the financial and emotional burden of the injury. If you think you might have a claim, it is really important that you speak with an Ontario lawyer about that claim so they can give you more tailored legal advice to your situation. Feel free to reach out to me in the contact information below, and I would be happy to discuss your situation with you directly.